This hour, we're talking security, or better yet, insecurity. Now, there have been abductions across different parts of the country, and it's something that's become some sort of culture. Parents of the abducted students at different times are left helpless. But this set of parents have gone from being helpless to being defiant. They actually have given the federal government an ultimatum. Parents of the abducted students at the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Mando, in Kaduna State, have given a 48-hour ultimatum for the state and federal governments to rescue their children. This is as the parents in tears appeal to the United Nations Nigeria Bar Association, Academic Staff Union of Universities and Nigerians, as well as the world leaders to prevail on the state and federal governments to ensure the speedy rescue of their children from the bandits. So they are appealing to everyone who cares to listen.
We have called for this press conference to call the attention of government at the state and federal level and all stakeholders involved, and indeed the world, to act with dispatch to ensure the immediate and safe release of our children.
Please hear our cry. Hear our cry and talk to the government. Let them come out to help us. Let them come out to help us.
You and I have heard such a cry countless times. And the crazy thing is we're scared we might hear this cry again. But let's understand what the Ministry of Defense has to offer. The Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magaji, says Nigeria is in a critical situation following the insecurity in the country. He stated this during a National Security and Defense Summit held at the National Defense College in Abuja. The minister also called for support from civilians and other major stakeholders. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to make with this. But maybe our guest, Dennis Amakri, who's a security expert, can tell us what to make of it. Good morning, Mr. Amakri.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
That's nice to know. All right, so our defense minister has said we are in a critical situation. We've found ourselves in a position where we have commentators in public office giving us the life scores of insecurity. What should we make of his statement? Does that keep us helpless, or it's telling us that a solution is in sight?
I'm happy that the defense minister has reversed himself. If you remember, 3 weeks ago, it was the same defense minister who came out to say that Nigerians are not partaking in the fight against terrorism.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a situation where everybody needs to be involved. But right now, as government, the responsibility or the control or direction of where the country should go lies with the government. And I'm happy that they have come out to take responsibility for that. And it tells us actually the humongous problem we have faced. This is a national problem. It is in fact becoming an existential problem where the very roots foundation of this country is being threatened. So I think it will require everybody's contribution to fight it. It's not just for the military or security agencies alone, because it is a resolve that should be taken by everybody to make sure that we come across this particular mountain that we are facing.
All right, so we know what the position of the security agencies should be. What position should we take? When you say it requires everybody, I totally agree, but what part am I supposed to play and are you supposed to play in ensuring that?
Very good. Very good. You see, when you are prosecuting a war like this, the people matters a lot. That's another thing that in our country we keep on forgetting. We say that our police is not effective. Our police is not effective. Policemen are not magicians. And they are supposed to work from the information given to them by the public, because they cannot bring out situations. They are not the ones that are there when crime is happening. It's the people that we see. Remember when the Nigerian government wanted to create Omar Diko from London to Nigeria, bring him back in a crate. He was adopted where he was doing design most of the time. And what did she do? She called the police. I said, see, I don't know, but there is some people pushing one bag into a car. When they checked the house, they know that it was an ex-minister of Nigeria that was living there. Okay, if somebody is pushing him into a car, it means he's been abducted. And the likelihood is that he was taken overseas, brought back to Nigeria. So they rushed down to the airport. Unfortunately enough, they come to find out that yes, the minister was there in the day trying to be abducted. So that is the same thing that we can do. Sometimes we see things like, oh, or we even see two people fighting. The policeman will be walking by. I'm not posted to that place. These are parties about getting involved. Is what I think the minister is talking about. We should be involved. See something, say something. Some people might be living in your house. Suspicious people. Call the police, let them check them out. Okay. You never know, there might be people around people preparing to do something.
Now, Mr. Makri, as much as I agree with you, all the times that people got involved, they got their fingers burnt. There were people who reported things and it came back to haunt them. I think that with increased trust, people would be more willing to volunteer information. And so the fact that that trust does not exist, do you not see why and how people would not be interested in being involved?
I agree with you that there is a trust deficit between the public and the police. And then, of course, I think the police is trying to do something about it. And if the police is trying to do something about it, the public should also try and do something about it. If you are having that information, don't just report it to the ordinary policemen at the counter there. Some of them are very quick to bring to the police station. The ordinary policeman will think of how to make money out of it. Because as far as it's concerned, bucket don't come. That's not it. If you have a very serious information, there are many security agencies. You can either report to the police or report to the very high up, echelon of police officers. They are more responsible and they're more serious. If you don't trust the police, report to the DSS. I don't know how many people have walked to the DSS and said, I want to report something. They don't, because they're just scared. They know these people report, they don't talk to them, and stuff like that. But they are also there to receive information about internal security to save the country. So when they are going to the gate, look, I want to see the director. Who are you? This is my name and I want to see the director. I want to talk to him or any of the directors. And they will direct you in. Why are you trying to see the director? I have a very important information I want to give directly to the director.
Mr. Makri,
they will allow, yes.
What you're saying looks very beautiful on paper. But in the preceding hour before this conversation, my conversation was around a boat driver who was detained illegally, spent 5 days in the custody of policemen that we are supposed to trust. So this is not an event from last year or the police is trying. It's an event from yesterday. He just gained freedom yesterday. And the policemen are the ones that I'm supposed to trust. Now, trust is earned, I believe. If that trust has not been earned, I cannot put my money there.
I don't get your question very well. Yesterday, there were policemen with a truck driver.
Hello?
Hello, I'm with you.
Yes, I'm basically...
with a truck driver, policeman.
Yes, an incident where a boat driver was arrested, and it's quite a long story. The point I'm trying to make is the police are trying their best, which you said is not good enough because the best is not visible. The best seems not to be enough for anything.
The thing is that we cannot, like I said, if you policemen that are arresting people on the street or policemen that you beat on the street are not the right people to give information to, go to their office, their DPO, area commanders, talk to those people. They will listen to you. Okay. And remember, the police is not the only security agency that can report to. You can go to the DSS. I don't know if any people will even to their office. I was the director there. All the period I was in Lagos, I don't think we had even up to 3 or 4 people that come in there to report except their agents. So go in there, ask for the director, report it. Don't let
back to the school abductions. I believe that if you've been with a problem long enough, you find a solution or you find a way to manage it. We've had school abductions from as far back as the Chibok situation. And as of today, it seems like we have not learned anything. So why has a solution to this particular problem eluded us, even though we've had this problem so
and a factor where you go and bring politics or religion to mix with it. Because immediately you do that, you've lost it already. You cannot mix politics and religion. Politics, you didn't mix, or religion, you didn't mix with security, where people like Leah Sharibu, we're reading this morning that has got a second baby.
Yeah.
What is that the people who negotiated for her, for all the other groups to come out, why did they leave her behind? Why is it because she's a Christian? Okay, she's a Christian. Why agree to the final resolution? And now the government has told us, they are soon going to get her back. They are soon, now from soon getting her back, she has got the first baby, she has got the second baby. In fact, there was a time after the first baby, she escaped. And then, of course, the people who she ran to returned her back. Right? Returned her back.
Yeah.
They were scared. If they keep her or move her away and Boko Haram hears about it, they will come and kill her. So these are the situations. We cannot keep these things. They are mutually exclusive, and we should not mix them at all.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Makri, for your time. We truly appreciate it. Have a lovely day.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So you've had our resource person. The first is citizen participation. You need to trust your security agencies with information. And if it seems like the man on the road who's looking out for his 100 or 50 naira, which he believes is in your pocket, cannot do the job, ask for a higher officer. That's, of course, according to Mr. Dennis Amakri. And, of course, we have mixed religion and politics in the business of security, which should not be. What do you make of this? Parents of abducted students give government 48-hour ultimatum, and time is ticking. I believe this report was from yesterday, so it shouldn't be 48 hours left, just a few hours. Let's hear their voices, and then I hear your voice.
We have called for this press conference to call the attention of government at the state and federal level and all stakeholders involved, and indeed the world, to act with dispatch to ensure the immediate and safe release of our children.
Please hear our cry. Hear our cry and talk to the government. Let them come out to help us. Let them come to help us.
That is painful. No matter how many times you play it, it hurts just like it's the first time. What do you make of this? The question for my guest was, we've been faced with school abductions for years. Why has a solution eluded us? And well, he gave us his reason. Now, what he was talking about as regards Leah Sharibu, there's a headline on The Guardian that Leah Sharibu has given birth to second baby in Boko Haram County. 0002 0817 923 0003 0817 923 0007. The female caller line is 0817 923 0009. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. Turn off your radio so we enjoy the conversation. Good morning.
Mr. Zion, good morning to you.
Good morning.
As long as we see our President Muhammadu Buhari in office, we keep being commentators to reality that are life-threatening or life-taking issues in this country. Even the professors at laws, professors on security matters, professors in economical matters, they are all handicapped for now. And it's unfortunate that it's happening to some people far away from us. So we from this side, we thought it is all uhuru, but it's a lie. It is a wave, and it's coming down. And not until it happens to the next door neighbor. Maybe some men on suit to knock at his door, and they say they are the next victim before we will believe it. The solution remains on the Constitution of Nigeria. And there is a provision and clauses side. We are being hypocritical. We are pretentious. We are not sincere to ourselves. I still repeat, when I saw that video at a lady with a wrapper on her chest, my heart leaped for tears.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Zion. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, Sam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mustafa on the line.
Talk to me.
Well, Sam, I think it is quite unfortunate and pathetic what we have in our hands today as regards insecurity in this country. But let us not forget the fact that this, adoption and all of that precedes this administration. Of course, government inherits both assets and liability, and we expect the leadership of this country to do something about it, especially things that have gotten to the stage where, children begin to, get adopted, by the day. I think the government has to do something about it. But, you see, talking about the ultimatum that was given to the government, in as much as I think, it is unimaginable to begin to think of what the parents of those kids are going through. But 40 hours, we are saying that we don't want the government to negotiate with terrorists and bandits. And I know that what is keeping those kids there is a matter of negotiation. And, the government, of course, they have to do something about 48 hours. I don't think that can be achieved unless, of course, they want to tell us that the government themselves kept these kids somewhere, on or before 48 hours, they will not bring it, bring the kids out for us. But negotiation is what, these bandits, they want. And we are saying that we don't want negotiation. So, I don't know, but something has to be done about it, honestly speaking.
Thank you very much. Mufasa does not think a 48-hour time frame is realistic. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sammy.
Good morning.
Yes, the area all this has to do with me, that concerns me, is that I look at it all the resources and the energy Nigerians have been putting together to put this country as one is a waste. Particularly, the Niger Delta spoke to all the leaders.
All right. So the idea behind having these conversations is to get a solution. That's why we say we're talking for development. That's basically the idea. And for you to talk for development, well, you have to highlight on the development. So hopefully we find solutions, lasting, sustainable solutions. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Tao. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, Tao.
You see, Sam, I went to secondary school when there were soldiers in schools. And the essence of these soldiers were, one, to instill discipline to the students, two, for security. Okay. When this thing started happening here, and I now ask myself, where are soldiers? What stopped the government from deploying at least 10 soldiers to each school, especially public schools? Because that's where this problem has been occurring. 10 soldiers at least to a school, public school. I know that 10 soldiers, I understand they used to come in their hundreds or whatever, but the 10 soldiers per school does not mean that they will contain those people.
Okay.
At least for
so first of all, hello.
Yeah.
What kind of school did you go to?
Sorry? Secondary school, public secondary school.
Okay. Now, we do not have enough anything. We don't have enough doctors. We don't have enough policemen. We don't have enough soldiers, definitely. So, deploying 10 soldiers to each school will definitely not be enough. It's something we cannot do, literally, just by virtue of lack of manpower.
Now, what stops us from getting enough? Why can't we make it enough? We have enough soldiers, recruit more soldiers. Like I was saying, they should know that these 10 soldiers can continue to come the 50 or 100, but that if they are aware that this school has, because they should go for surveillance tests, if they are aware that this school has 10 soldiers there, or 15, just soldiers are in that school, not necessarily the number. Now, their target test will be to see how they will contain these soldiers. In the process of doing that, information, the security operative there will send the information across that these people are here or whatever. There will be reinforcement.
All right.
So if that is done, my brother, there is this issue of they just enter into a school, pack everybody, nobody
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, of course, that's his recommendation. It doesn't seem feasible, but again, he suggested something. So ask yourself, why is it that in countries with less checkpoints, let's just take between here and Owerri, which a lot of people have complained, some say there are more checkpoints than there are trees along that stretch. Countries with less checkpoints have better law enforcement. For things as simple as traffic rules, you realize that you don't see police officers on the road, but people stick. They obey traffic rules. And if anybody violates, the police is coming for you. They have a system that works. They've deployed technology. They've deployed intelligence. The surveillance system actually works. So you have few men, but a system that ensures that people behave. Do we have those systems? Are we looking to get those systems? I have no idea. But if we're not looking in that direction, then we're going to keep having these kinds of conversations on radio. And well, I don't know. There's something called headache. The broadcaster will very much have that. After the break, you and I round up this part of the show. And well, anyways, after the break.
With your customers, advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers.
We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning.
The government 48-hour ultimatum to please return their kids, and it's not too much to ask as a citizen of this country. Well, I leave you on a note of hope. It really does seem like we've lost everything, but we cannot afford to lose hope. And so, as I always say, we are hoping that things actually get to work. I've heard that there will be a morning crossfire tomorrow. I've also heard that I will be on it. It looks to me like that's the next time you and I will see each other. Connect with us at Nigeria Info PH on all platforms, and with me at Sparkling Oracle on all platforms. Also at the Chinedus on Instagram and YouTube. Have yourself a lovely Tuesday.
1. All starts with Nescafe.
Hey, Oga and Madam, you don't see the room now. Make I show you the toilet where you could share with the other neighbors.
Now the toilet be this.
What's the apple?
Oga agent, you mean say na general toilets clean come white like this,
Yes, now. The hypo toilet cleaner that they use to clean and kill the yama jams come out.
Hypo toilet cleaner? Wow.
Wash your toilet at least once a week with hypo toilet cleaner to